Okay, we're going to take a brief look at constructors in Java. Constructors are special methods that are called when an object is instantiated. Um, Basically, they are the first method that is called when an object is created. When you create an instance of an object, a constructor is called, whether you have defined that method or not. So let's take a look at here where we have a rectangle r equals new rectangle. This is where r, the object r, is instantiated, and you'll see that this looks like the no argument or no parameter method. There's no parameters within the parenthesis. And so what happens is that Java basically will look in the rectangle class and look to see if there is a method called rectangle with no arguments. And there isn't any. And since no other constructor is actually defined, Java will create this method for you. And it basically has nothing in it. It's just something that Java needs to allocate the memory and begin the setup for the object itself. However, we can use those constructors to our advantage. So some of the things about constructors is they are methods whose name matches the name of the class. So you'll see here this is class rectangle, and we have a method here called rectangle, which has no parameters. And we have another rectangle method which has a single parameter, and another rectangle method that has two parameters. Both all are of type integer. So I can have as many constructors as I want. The one with no parameters is called a no-arg or no-argument constructor. But what you'll notice is on the definitions, there is no return type. And that is a really important thing because it's what defines or separates constructors from other types of methods. This does not mean that there is a void. What it basically means is that there is no return type put in. There is no return. There won't be a return statement within them, but you're not going to have anything defining what the return type is. So we leave those off, and that basically will give it the annotation that it is a constructor. It can have parameters in any form, just as other methods do. And if you define any constructors in your class, Java does not provide this no-arg constructor for you. And that's important because sometimes people forget that they put in a constructor and then they use it with the no-arg constructor, and then Java fails on the compile, saying I can't find the constructor that I'm looking for. So here's an example. We can use it to help initialize our variables and ensure that certain conditions are met. So here we have a different one, square r equals new square, and we pass in a number. So we basically are telling the square object that we want all the sides equal to 6. So I have int length equals 0 and int width equals 0 for class square. And here is my method square int s. Now we have a single parameter here, which is the int s. And we pass in a single 6, so that matches. There's no return type, so this is my constructor. Then I could run a simple condition here that says if s is less than 0. I'm trying to ensure that s is not negative. And if it is, I'm going to set s equal to 1. And so then I have my length equals width equals s. I don't necessarily need the else here. I could do that if I wanted to. This could be length equals width equals 1. I could do any other type of code that I want in here. And so what happens is that at object creation, we ensure that the sides are greater than 0. And I can have any number of other constructors. If I were to do square r2 equals new square with no arguments, it would not find that constructor, and therefore it would fail at compile time because no constructor with no arguments has been provided.